Alright guys, I was washing my car today for a change, and I decided I would do a quick how-to with Optimum No Rinse. My setup right here is the 2-bucket method. In this bucket I have Optimum No Rinse solution with 2 gallons of water. In this bucket I have 2 microfiber wash mitts and a grit guard. The theory behind this setup is you keep the dirt in the rinse bucket and you get a new clean mitt each time, so you're not contaminating your wash bucket and then rubbing dirt onto the paint. The technique for no rinse is very simple. The greatest thing about it is you don't really need a hose. If the car is absolutely filthy, then go ahead and rinse it off first, and then you can start with a no rinse wash. This car was pretty clean, so I'd not use any kind of pre-rinse. All you're going to do is grab your sponge from the rinse bucket. Make sure you wring it out really well so you don't dilute your no rinse wash over here. Gather some solution, wring it out a little bit so it's not dripping all over the floor. And then you should make back and forth passes very lightly. You're not rubbing aggressively or putting any pressure onto the mitt. And when you get to the bottom of the panel, you go ahead and flip the mitt over so now you're on the clean side, and make another side-to-side pass. Make sure you're thorough and you get the whole panel, you don't miss any spots. You're always going to work your way from top to bottom with the panel you're working on and with the car. So you start from the roof to the windows to the hood and work your way back. One important thing to point out with no rinse is you always want to save the dirtiest areas for last. So that's typically going to be your bumpers, your side skirts, and your lower panels. And really the key is just keep the mitt as clean as possible at all times, and just be very thorough and don't use a lot of pressure when you're wiping the car down. Once you've finished going over a few panels, you can go ahead and start drying. It really depends on how quickly the no rinse is starting to dry on the surface. With how many panels you can do before you start drying with a towel. I'm here in the garage right now, so I could probably do at least half the car before I start drying. But for demonstration purposes, we're just going to do this one, the door, real quick. There's a lot of different products you can use to dry. There's different techniques. The focus of this video is just to go over really how to use no rinse. I'm not trying to cover everything about drying technique and different products to use, but really quick, 3 most common type of drying towels are microfiber, like these 2, and a waffle weave, which is also microfiber, but it's not as plush as the 2 of these. Technique wise, there's a blotting technique where you just kind of suck up the water with a towel just like this. If you're concerned about scratching the paint and swirling it, this is what you want to do. This is a Jeep, it's silver, it's my car, it sits outside. I don't really care about the potential swirl marks that I might induce while I'm drying. So I'm just going to go ahead and wipe back and forth real quick. Get as much water as I can. Flip a towel over so you got another dry side and make a couple passes. That's kind of the quick way to do it. Just make sure you keep your towel clean, obviously, and have a few of them so that when one gets wet and it's not drying anymore, you have, you know, your second one that you can go to, or your third or fourth one. Well, that's pretty much how you use ONR. That was kind of a quick overview. I'm trying to keep it simple. But a few key points I want to point out again is that ONR does have built-in water softeners, so it'll significantly reduce the chance of any hard water spotting that you may get with a traditional wash, constantly rinsing the car down and having the water dry when you're outside in the sun. This product allows you to bring the car into your garage and wash it, because again, you don't really need a hose. There's no constant washing or rinsing with the hose. You're just, you know, with the going over the panel with the mitt and then your drying towel. There's no rinsing the residue off. There's hardly any water on the ground here. So in the winter, when it's too cold to wash, you know, outside, pull your car into the garage, use your ONR, fill your buckets up with warm water from the sink, and you're good to go. And again, it cuts down significantly on time as well. You know, you're looking at probably reduce your total time by half, I would say at least, if not more. You can easily do a wash and a wax with Optimum Car Wax in, you know, 45 minutes to an hour, easily. And you know, this is a SUV, and I only have 2 gallons of water in my wash bucket. So, and that's with 1 ounce of ONR. So one 32-ounce bottle gets you 32 washes. You don't need any more than 2 gallons of water. I hope that gives you a better understanding of what ONR is and how to use it. If you have any questions, just give me a call or send me an email, and I'll be happy to help you out.